Hey book readers, everybody, welcome back to my channel. Again, my wife Lauren.
Hey.
She's back for another game. This time it's going to be a little bit different. Of course, we're not going to do the same one every single time. That'd be boring. So this one we are calling Thriller or Stiller.
Totally see your screen.
Oh, sorry. I'll point it this way. Here we go. Okay, this is better. All right. Thriller or Stiller. So how familiar are you with thriller novels?
I also don't read thriller novels.
Why not?
I don't know. They're just not my thing. They're probably too scary.
You hate being thrilled?
I don't like being scared.
Scared?
I don't like scary movies. I don't.
They're not horror. You get your heart pumping.
I know,
crazy.
but don't they usually get your heart pumping because there's something kind of scary happening?
Yeah, maybe. I don't read many of them either.
Gone Girl is the most thriller of a novel I've ever read.
Really?
That's about my limit. That's
Okay.
my limit for thriller. That's probably not even a thriller. I don't know.
And how do you feel about Ben Stiller?
He's okay.
Indifferent?
Indifferent would be a good way to put it.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right, so here's how the game is going to work. I'm going to give you the title of something.
Okay.
You have to tell me if it's a movie with Ben Stiller or a book in the thriller genre.
Okay.
So, for example, is Zoolander a Ben Stiller movie or a thriller novel?
Zoolander is definitely a Ben Stiller movie.
Glad you got that one.
Completely embarrassed myself yet.
Kind of at the peak Stiller.
So we're doing a little more back catalog than Zoolander. Oh, we'll see.
I'll tell you the years.
Okay.
I'll tell you the years.
Okay.
All right. Stiller has 135 acting credits on his IMDb, and I guess there are at least that many thriller books out in the wild. Probably, maybe a couple more. I don't know. So this could be a challenge.
So this might not be like he's starring in. He just was in.
Most of these he's starring in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll
We'll see.
do it.
There are 10 total titles in this game. A lot of alliteration there. If you get at least 7 answers correct, you receive a prize.
Oh.
Which is I won't spoil it for you. You'll receive a prize.
Okay.
All right. Sound good?
Sounds
All right. Here we go. First one. Tower Heist. Thriller or Stiller?
Heist. Oh gosh. I mean, it's got Night at the Museum. Is he in? I don't know why this, but
That's a good one.
It makes me think of Night at the Museum. Is he in some other movie where he's in a tower and he's trying to pull off like a heist, maybe in the middle of the night? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's
You
trying
think Stiller could pull off kind of some ninja moves, some...
Or maybe this is like a comedy, like they're trying to fool someone in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, Tower Heist. I'm gonna go if it's a movie, Stiller.
Okay. You are correct.
Okay.
It's a Stiller starring role.
Right.
2011 action comedy movie that also starred Eddie Murphy and Casey Affleck.
Okay.
IMDb description is, 4 men who form a neighborhood watch group as a way to get out of their day-to-day family routines find themselves No, that's the wrong one.
It's not what Tower Heist is.
No.
Alright, we're gonna look it up real
Hold
quick.
on, I gotcha. I got this confused.
So this is not the Casey Affleck.
No. Yeah, it is. Ben Stiller,
okay.
Eddie Murphy. Okay. When a group of hardworking guys find out they've fallen victim to their wealthy employer's Ponzi scheme, they conspire to rob his high-rise residence.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, so there you go. 2011. I have it. Now we know. And this has a Rotten Tomatoes score of, any guesses?
Ooh.
How you feeling?
38%.
Oh, much better. 67. You can almost double that. Come on. Give
Is
Eddie
this
Murphy's
action
flowers.
comedy or?
Yeah. This is
Should put this on our watch
action
list.
comedy crime.
Okay.
There you go. All right. Next up, you got that one right. Good job. Airframe, thriller novel or Stiller movie?
Is this one word or 2 words?
It's 1 word.
It's one
Airframe.
word. Airframe, not airplane. Not
That's a movie.
Bud.
That's another one. Air Bud. Classic. Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Ain't no. I'm gonna go. I've never heard of this before. It doesn't.
What do you think of?
Airframe. It doesn't sound like a movie because you don't like. It doesn't give you. I mean, I feel like movie titles have to at least be a little bit. I'm not gonna say they're not better than book titles, but you're going to like that mass audience. You need people to like kind of know what the movie means. And Airframe doesn't mean anything to me. I'm gonna go with thriller.
What would a thriller?
A thriller about airframe? I mean, it sounds. I can't. I'm just thinking of like picture frames and wind. Like that doesn't make.
So you're going with?
I'm going
thriller
with
novel.
thriller, not Stiller.
It is a thriller
Okay.
by Michael Crichton.
Oh.
The twin jet plane en route to Denver from Hong Kong is merely a green radar blip half an hour off the California coast when the call comes through to air traffic control. SoCal approach, this is Trans-Pacific 545, we have an emergency. The pilot requests priority clearance to land, then comes the bombshell. He needs 40 ambulances on the runway. But nothing prepares the rescue workers for the carnage they witness when they enter the plane. 94 passengers are injured, 3 dead, the interior cabin virtually destroyed. What happened on board flight TPA 545?
Okay, but we still don't know why it's called airframe.
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's a murder that's happened. Somebody's being framed.
They're like framing someone on for this, so it's like.
But it's one word, so I don't understand.
Yeah, that's just.
It sounds interesting.
The premise sounds interesting. The name of the novel doesn't make me want to.
It will be explained. Page 147.
So, yeah.
Someone will drop the term.
Why is
maybe it's like some.
It's an airframe.
Maybe it's an aviation term that we don't know about.
Maybe so.
All right, next up is The Coworker. Thriller or Stiller? The Coworker.
It definitely sounds like it could be a Stiller novel, like
Stiller.
not novel, Stiller movie.
Hey, maybe he's written. You never know. He's a man of many talents.
I mean, he might be the bad coworker, but I'm guessing he has a bad coworker that's driving him crazy, and it's
like a buddy movie.
It makes me think like, what about Bob? Like he's just got some coworker who like won't leave him alone. He's showing up at his house. He's like. He starts stalking him,
okay.
And everyone loves this coworker, but Ben Stiller can't figure out. It's driving him crazy.
It's what about Bob?
It's just what about Bob, but with Ben Stiller, and it's a coworker. No, he's not a therapist.
Okay.
But I mean, it definitely could be a thriller movie too. It's generic enough
thriller
to be
novel.
anything. Thriller novel.
Stiller movie. Thriller
genre
novel.
mix there. I'm gonna go with Stiller movie.
Stiller movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is a thriller novel. The Coworker by Frida McFadden.
Okay. Dawn's
shift is strange. At least everyone thinks so at Vixt, the nutritional supplement company where Dawn works as an accountant. She never says the right thing. She has no friends, and she is always at her desk at precisely 8:45 a.m. So when Dawn doesn't show up to the office one morning, her coworker, Natalie Farrell, beautiful, popular, top sales rep 5 years running, is surprised. Then she receives an unsettling, anonymous phone call that changes everything. It turns out Dawn wasn't just an awkward outsider, she was being targeted by someone close. And now Natalie is irrevocably tied to Dawn, and she finds herself caught in a twisted game of cat and mouse, leaves her wondering who's the real victim. But one thing is incredibly clear, somebody hated Dawn Schiff, enough to kill.
I guess so.
Thriller novel. I don't seem all that interested. I'm not interested in this one as much.
Yeah.
It's the Michael Crichton one.
The Michael Crichton one. There was a lot of stuff going on here.
But the name makes more sense. The Coworker.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right. Next up. Let's say so far you got Tower Heist right.
Airframe right.
Airframe right, and The Coworker wrong.
Okay. So 2 and 1.
Yep.
I get that prize.
Billy Summers. Billy Summers. Is it a Ben Stiller movie or a thriller?
I don't think it can be a Ben Stiller movie because you got Billy Madison, and you can't. I mean, I know they're what's his face? What's the guy in Billy Madison?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller are too much in the same like world and the same time to have 2 movies named Billy and Billy. Billy Summer and Billy Madison. That just.
But what if it was recent? Maybe it was a long time removed from.
No, I'm thinking someone would be like, people are going to confuse this with
Billy
Madison.
Let's call it William Summer.
Let's call it something else,
William
right?
Summers.
Let's give him a different name.
Yeah.
Also, he was in. Oh, it might be. There was some other Ben Stiller movie where I think it was the name of something. Remember, wasn't he like he kept dreaming he was somewhere else?
Oh yes, Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah, Walter Mitty. So I'm not feeling he's in a Walter Mitty.
He's not in too many
Billy
name
Summer. He's not in
movies.
that many name movies. Plus one that's going to get confused with Billy Madison. I'm going to go with thriller.
You are correct.
Yeah.
This is by Stephen King.
Okay.
Again, we're not huge fans clearly of the thriller genre, so we don't know.
This is probably
even
really
the largest book. It's probably a lot of people know.
To other people.
Oh. Billy Summers is a man in a room with a gun. He's a killer for hire and the best in the business, but he'll do the job only if the target is a truly bad guy.
He's kind of a good guy.
Yeah.
Right?
And now Billy wants out, but first there is
Dexter.
Yeah. But there's one last hit. Billy is among the best snipers in the world, a decorated Iraq war vet. Iraq. A Houdini when it comes to vanishing after the job is done. So what could possibly go wrong?
Ooh, okay.
sounds good again. I feel like a couple of these are targeting my demographic more.
Yeah.
Just like, that sounds good to me.
The Airframe, I'm still kind of interested. That sounds like a good
movie.
It's a movie.
Well, Michael Crichton's a movie guy.
Oh,
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Timeline.
Okay.
Sphere. These are
There we
all
go.
novels.
Yeah.
They're decent movies.
Maybe even TV show. You got like Manifest.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I like it. All right. While We're Young. While We're Young. Is it a Ben Stiller movie or a thriller novel? Thriller or Stiller?
Oh, I mean,
While
it definitely
We're
sounds like
Young.
something that he and Jennifer Aniston could be in, and they're like parents, and they don't appreciate being parents with kids, and maybe they don't think they're young, but they are young.
All right. So our daughter just interrupted us. Where were we?
Okay, we're
While We're Young.
Ben Stiller is he in a movie with Jennifer Aniston, and they have kids and their parents, or they're thinking back about their youth.
You don't think it's a thriller novel about
I'm
old
thinking if
people?
it makes sense. for
Geriatric.
Does this imaginary movie I'm coming up with, does it ring any bells? And it doesn't. So
Because you're making it up.
because I'm making it up. But like Billy Summers, I think that would have triggered.
So
it didn't
the
trigger.
titles and just
What? Oh, I don't know. It could be a bit.
While
We've
We're
had
Young.
a lot. There have been a lot of novels so far.
You're gaming the
I
game.
am trying to game. I'm trying to think. Like there have got to be at least some of these have to be actual Ben Stiller movies, and this is so far I think the most likely. So I'm going to say this is a Ben Stiller movie.
Gaming the game, and she gets it right. That's correct. This is a 2014 dramedy movie that also had Naomi Watts and Adam Driver in it. An IMDb synopsis is: a middle-aged couple's career and marriage are overturned when a disarming young couple enters their lives. What do you think this got on Rotten Tomatoes?
Wait, okay, so I'm guessing Adam Driver is part of the young couple. Who's
Young
the
couple.
other woman? Or is Naomi Watts?
No,
It said an
this can't be
older couple and a young
Can't
couple.
be Naomi Watts.
No, she's,
Let's quick research.
yeah, let's find out.
Amanda Seyfried, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. What did it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's got
I mean,
big
Adam
names.
Driver, people like Adam Driver.
2014
so,
dramedy.
People like dramedies. I'm going to say 73%.
Close, 84%.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, we should also put this on our watch list. I'll watch it.
Done.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, next up is The Watch. The Watch. Stiller or thriller?
I mean, it could be either, right? It sounds
Always
generic.
good. That's the point of this game. That's the point of this game.
I don't know, Airframe didn't sound like a good movie. The Watch. It makes me think of Paul Blart Mall Cop for some reason. I don't know, Ben Stiller, he and some friends, they're watching out, they form a neighborhood watch group. A lot of comedic heists entail. There's some guy just trying to walk his dog, but they think he's like he's a crook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Ben Stiller.
Okay, I think this was the one I was initially giving away at the very beginning.
I think so.
I feel like you've maybe even seen this one. I don't know if you have seen this one.
Oh.
But this is Stiller. This is a 2012 comedy movie that also had Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill, and Richard Ayoade in it.
Oh, I don't think I've seen this, so I would with Richard Ayoade.
I remember kind of liking it.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen it once. IMDb says four men who form a neighborhood watch group.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wait, is that what the... No.
No, I started out and was incorrect.
Were
with the
you
very first
reading
one.
that summary? Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
Four men who form a neighborhood watch group as a way to get out of their day-to-day family routines find themselves defending the earth from an alien invasion.
Oh, that went a different...
Yeah.
Completely different...
Alien invasion, the
Alien
watch.
invasion. Okay.
What do you think this got on Rotten Tomatoes?
Not good. This is not... Because
Especially if you hadn't heard of
I
it?
think if I had heard of it, the premise, it would be like a cult classic. And maybe it is, but I don't think it is. You would have had me watch it if it was really good.
Maybe.
I'm going to guess 36%.
You can almost half that. It is 16% on Rotten
okay.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Not that
Alien Invasion either has to be really good or it's going to be real bad.
Yeah, that one was bad apparently, which I kind of remember liking it. So, all right, next up is If We Were Villains. If We Were Villains, thriller or Stiller.
That sounds very bookish. That's the title of the book that you put on your...
You don't think it could be Ben
If
Stiller
We
being
Were
a funny
Villains.
slapstick,
Not
trying to
if
steal
we
things?
were. That just makes it sound like it would just be the villains if it were a movie. They're not going to add on that little extra wordsmithery on there.
I think it's too long to be a...
It just doesn't. It just
Doesn't
sounds
flow.
like you're trying to make it sound bookish.
Okay.
If we were villains while we were young.
Seems
So
too long.
I'm gonna say thriller.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Good job. It is by M.L. Rio. Oliver Marks has just served 10 years in jail for a murder he may or may not have committed. On the day he's released, he's greeted by the man who put him in prison. Detective Colborne is retiring, but before he does, he wants to know what really happened a decade ago. As one of 7 young actors studying Shakespeare at an elite arts college, Oliver and his friends play the same roles on stage and off. Hero, villain, tyrant, temptress, ingenue, extra. But when the casting changes and the secondary characters usurp the stars, the plays spill dangerously over into life, and one of them is found dead. The rest face their greatest acting challenge yet, convincing the police and themselves that they are blameless.
Okay.
Are you interested?
No.
Not at all?
I'm not really a crime.
Yeah.
I don't read mysteries.
You don't watch crime shows, really?
I liked that show, The After Party. Did we watch that together?
Yeah.
So that one, I mean, like you have a group of friends, they're trying to all convince the police it wasn't them.
Okay.
But,
Let's see how many we got left. 1, 2, 3. We only got 3 left.
well, of course, we watched Murders in the Building.
Oh, only
Who
Murders
doesn't-
in the Building.
Who doesn't
Yeah.
like that?
Zero Effect. Thriller
Zero
or
Effect.
Stiller? Zero Effect.
How many Stillers have we had so far?
Don't count. Pay attention to that. There's no man behind the
Okay,
curtain.
no gaming it. Or at least I can't count cards. So
Yeah, I can't count
I get
cards.
try to think like, does it feel? But I can't count.
And don't think about my sequence here. Oh, he's done 2 of these or 1 back to back. We don't think about those things.
No. It wasn't randomized.
Completely random.
Yeah. Okay, name it again. What's it
Zero Effect.
called? Zero Effect.
Zero Effect. Zero Affect.
Is it zero effect or affect?
Effect.
The
E.
zero effect.
E.
The zero effect. I mean, okay. It's not a comedy. If it is a Stiller movie, it's not a comedy.
Ooh.
He's trying to go more. Well, he's trying to be like in a thriller movie.
He couldn't be a lovable loser who he's a zero.
I thought that was The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Isn't he like
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's some kind of weird crime sci-fi movie. If it's a movie, The Zero Effect. It doesn't sound.
It sounds pretty thrillery.
It sounds pretty thriller, and I don't remember it all. But now I was about to. You look like you're trying to push me that way. I was gonna guess thriller. Now I think you're trying to trick me. You go thriller. The Zero Effect. You know what? We'll go Ben Stiller.
It is a Ben Stiller starring role.
Okay.
1998 comedy crime movie.
Right, there we go.
Starring also Bill Pullman and Ryan O'Neal.
Right.
IMDb is the world's greatest detective, Daryl Zero, aided by his associate Steve Arlo, investigates a complex and mysterious case of blackmail and missing keys for shady tycoon Gregory Stark, who is less than forthcoming about what is really happening. So what do you think this got on... First of all, are you interested in seeing this?
No.
No, me either. What does this get on Rotten Tomatoes?
On Rotten Tomatoes. This
It's
is not
1998.
good. This is not good.
Maybe you just haven't heard of it because it's been a while.
I think I would have heard you watching it though. You like those like comedy crime shows. You're watching like The Naked Gun recently, right?
Yep.
But I don't think it's 18%. I'm gonna try again for 36.
It's higher than that. 66% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not too bad.
Not
Almost
too
a
bad.
C.
That's
Almost
like-
it's a D.
We'll watch things that are 60%.
All right, and we got 2 left. I Am Pilgrim. I Am Pilgrim. Is it a thriller or stiller?
I Am Pilgrim. Okay, so again, I'm just comparing it to other movies. We got I Am Legend. I Am Pilgrim does not have the same.
It's not
So
just a man with a black hat with a buckle on top, just solo with a turkey.
The only way it makes sense is if it's a sci-fi novel, and he's like traveling through the world, and so they call themselves pilgrims. After like the
Pilgrim's got
historic pilgrims.
a lot of interpretation.
Now, I don't know how that's a thriller movie though.
They're going somewhere, perhaps. It's a pilgrimage,
Right, it's a pilgrimage, but I'm thinking again. I'm feeling it's a sci-fi movie.
not
Maybe
a thriller.
it's kind of thriller-esque. That's why some of yours haven't all been like
That's true.
completely genre specific.
Yep.
It definitely didn't come out after I Am Legend. 'Cause I feel
You're
like
right.
that-
You would have been like, that's too
I
similar.
don't think it's a Stiller movie. I think there would have been an SNL skit about how dumb the name of I Am Pilgrim
Shots
sounds.
fired if this is a book at the
Sorry,
author.
Yeah. It's probably an amazing book. I'm
Yep.
sure it's wonderful.
Probably.
Again, if it was a sci-fi movie, we would have seen it. And so, so then it makes sense if it's a sci-fi movie, it makes sense. If it's any other kind of movie, it doesn't make sense, and they would make jokes about I Am Pilgrim. It could be a sci-fi book. It could be a thriller book. They're traveling somewhere. They're pilgrims. I'm gonna go with thriller.
It is a thriller. You are correct. This is by Terry Hayes. Sorry, Terry.
Isn't Terry Hayes a sci-fi writer, kind of?
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different Terry.
I don't know if it's a breakneck race against time, an implacable enemy.
That's one of those words I only ever read.
An anonymous young woman murdered in a rundown hotel, all identifying characteristics dissolved by acid. A father publicly beheaded in the blistering heat of a Saudi Arabian public square. A notorious Syrian biotech expert found eyeless in a Damascus junkyard. Smoldering human remains on a remote mountainside in Afghanistan. It's a very feel-good, happy story.
It's like very like global
A
too.
flawless plot to commit an appalling crime against humanity. One path links them all, and only one man can make the journey. I am Pilgrim.
Is he traveling through time? Is that why he's a pilgrim?
A breakneck race against time.
Against time. I feel like this is maybe a little bit of time travel.
I don't know. Maybe it's just there's like terrorist stuff happening all over the world, and he's just.
Look up Terry Hayes. I think he's a.
How about I just look up I am Pilgrim?
Sure, that's not how you spell I am Pilgrim.
Don't worry about it. Google will fix it.
Let's see.
Thriller, crime, spy. No, it's not sci-fi.
No time travel. Okay, all right.
There you go. All right.
I still really want to know why he's pilgrim.
I don't know. So how many have you gotten right here?
I think all of them.
No, that's incorrect.
I think
Most of them. You only had to get 7 out of 10, so I think you've done that pretty much. But we have one left.
Okay.
So you got Tower Heist. You did not get Airframe.
No, I did get Airframe.
Oh, you did. That's right.
Yeah.
You didn't get Tower Heist.
Ooh, we're gonna have to go back and watch now. I don't
We'll
know.
rewind the tape. I'm pretty sure you've gotten over 7 though. Pretty sure you got most of them. All right, the last one is The Heartbreak Kid. Thriller or Stiller?
I think this is. I haven't seen it, but it does sound like a Stiller. It sounds like a movie I've heard of before.
Sounds like a movie
It
you've
sounds
heard
like
of
a movie
before.
I've heard of before. It sounds movie title-ish. You gotta have like that like quick bang, like get your attention. The Heartbreak Kid. Like I kind of want to see. I want to see what the Heartbreak
Ben
Kid
Stiller is playing a teenage heartthrob who
No,
is
Ben
breaking
Stiller
hearts.
is he's like a coach. I think he's a coach. There's some.
He's mentoring some
He's
kid.
mentoring some kid. This is just like it's just a drama. This is just a drama that he's in. He's trying to go a different way with his career.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go Stiller.
You are correct.
Yeah.
This is a 2007 rom-com. Also starring Michelle Monaghan and Malin Ackerman. I don't know either of those.
I know who she is.
The IMDb says, a newlywed man who believes he's just gotten hitched to the perfect woman encounters another lady on his honeymoon.
Oh. You said it was a comedy?
Rom-com.
Oh, that doesn't sound very...
Comedies, drama. Maybe it's a drama.
affairs, cheating. Yeah.
It doesn't say that in here. We don't know how it ends.
He just looks at her from afar, platonically.
So what do you think this rom-com got on Rotten Tomatoes?
I mean, like I said, I thought I'd heard of it before.
So that means it's higher?
55.
Only 29.
Ooh,
29.
I'm not good at guessing the Rotten Tomatoes ratings.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
That is
You
not
never really
good.
know. It's easier if you see like a picture of the actual... Like you can guess better, I feel like, if you see the poster.
Okay.
All right. I think you got
I get the
over
prize,
8. You get the
right?
prize. So the prize is you get to see an AI-generated still life of Ben Stiller. A still life portrait of Ben Stiller. There you go. What do you think?
It looks like Ben Stiller mixed with the guy from the Mindy Project. It doesn't really look like Ben Stiller.
Looks a little bit like Kramer to me.
A little Kramery. Yeah, a little Kramer. But no, it looks like I know he's famous.
I'm not familiar with him.
If you pull up the guy from the Mindy Project, it kind of looks like him. He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
the mouth.
Yeah.
That's not Ben Stiller's mouth.
Yeah. It's not Ben Stiller.
That's definitely not Ben
Close.
Stiller.
Good try,
Maybe
AI.
Ben Stiller's like brother or cousin.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's right. He just was stepping in for him for the day.
They smartly though hid the hands. So right,
of
they
course.
realized, although his hands, that hand looks kind of weird. It's like going into the fruit. His left hand.
Yeah, a little bit.
And what's
It's
going on
morphing
with
into
the
the fruit.
grapes? The grapes are part of
They're
the jar.
the jar.
The grapes are the jar,
jar.
and they're growing.
They're outside the
another
jar.
plant.
Yeah, that one too.
And these are okay. That orange makes sense.
It's a little awkward, but that's AI for you.
What do we have else going on here? Yeah, the fruit's real.
So we can frame that, put it above the mantle
Ooh.
if you want.
Yeah. It'd be good bathroom art for like people just wonder what's going on here.
Did they draw that? Did they paint this themselves?
You do a double
It's not
take.
great.
Like, what is this?
All right, thanks for playing again. You did awesome.
for having me.
Has this given you a greater appreciation for Ben Stiller or
I mean,
thriller
he
novels?
definitely. I think for Ben Stiller, he's in a lot of movies that we even said we should add a couple of them and watch a couple of them. So.
I think a couple of the thrillers, the Stephen King one and the Michael Crichton one.
Oh, Airframe. I'm gonna read Airframe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I say
Hold
to
you to
read
that.
it. We'll see if Overdrive has it.
Well, to you and to all else, happy reading.